We have initialization where we are providing the initial values, variable values, then condition, and then iterations. And I also said that these are all optional. This is not a mandatory field. Even you can write in this way and it will work fine. So it means, what does this mean? Initialization, condition, and iteration are not mandatory inside the for loop. It is optional. So when I say optional, does that mean that this we don't need this one? We need it, but we can declare this outside the for loop. We can declare right above the for loop. So that we'll see today. What are these optional parameter? Why it is working in this way? And then we have also written few of the program. We also understood that wherever there is a fixed number of iteration, then we'll be using for loop. If I have to print something for 100 times, then I'll use for loop. If I have to print something for 20 times, I'll use for loop. But when we don't know how many times iteration has to be done, if there are 100 people, and or if there are n number of people, we don't know how many people are there, and we have to print someone's name when it matches the particular text. In that case, we'll not be using for loop. We'll be using while do, while saying that do this while this. So we'll see that later, how that do while is working. But for now, let's understand with the for loop and let's proceed further with the remaining topic inside the for loop. Any question you have? Anyone have question from yesterday's class about the for?
No, Ruben, all good.
Okay, so whenever I explain any topic, I'll explain you the syntax, I'll explain you the flow, how it is working. I'll give you all the details about that. But you should also practice from outside. So when you practice more, when you practice more on these particular topics, you will be able to understand better about this one. You'll not forget basically. So usually what happens is, this is a human tendency. When you start learning a new language, as soon as you move forward, you'll start forgetting the previous things. If I learn for loop, you'll forget what is switch. You'll forget what is if else. So in order to be in sync with all the topic, what you have to do, you have to revise this topic every now and then. You have to practice more. The more you practice, the better you'll understand. Okay. All right. So in today's session, we'll see the another part of for loop. We'll try to complete for loop today, the remaining things, and we'll also write few of the examples to see how it is working. By now, we already know that this is a syntax of for loop. This is the syntax where we are saying, okay, this is a syntax where we are saying there is an initialization, there is a condition, and there is here iterations. And then the for block of code will start executing. But I also said yesterday that these are not mandatory field. This can be optional field. When I say optional field, it means that we can also declare, we can also initialize the value outside the for loop. So first we'll see today for loop. Without the initialization. Now you might get a question that is this important? Will they ask me about this in the interview question? Or will this be used inside Playwright anywhere? That mostly will not be using in this format, whatever I'm going to say right now. Standard format that we'll be using is this one for initialization. Condition iteration. So the purpose is actual purpose why we want to, why I'm explaining the other part as well, because they may ask you in the interview. And if they ask you in the interview, and if you're not able to tell, then probably it will create some issue. So they might ask you saying that is initialization mandatory? Is condition mandatory? Is iterations mandatory? Then you should say no, these are not mandatory. These can be defined, can be initialized outside the for loop or inside the for loop. So that's the reason why I'm explaining this one. So for loop without initialization. When I say for loop without initialization, What does this mean? How the actual syntax of this one will look like? It will be something like for. There is no initialization. This part is not there. Okay, I'll say there is no this part. Then after that, there is a semicolon. So when initialization is not there, we'll put semicolon, and then we'll say condition, then again semicolon and iteration. Here's how it will look, the syntax. For loop without the initialization. There is no initialization here, but we have separated with comma. If you don't provide the initialization also, anything if you don't provide here, you have to separate. But actually the format, the block, the structure should always look in this way. Structure of the for loop should always look in this particular way, where you'll have for followed by a bracket and then two commas separating initialization, condition, and iteration. That's what we are doing here. There is initialization which need to happen here, which is not present. So I have separated with comma, then I gave condition, then again separated with semicolon, and then iteration. This is what the syntax actually look like. Now in this case, if we are having these kind of syntax, how the initialization will happen, where the initialization will actually happen. So in this syntax, the initialization happens right above the for loop. Initialization happens here. When I say initialization happens here, it means that we are declaring a variable which is outside the for loop, right above the for loop. And then from there, it will work as it is. Let's see with an example once. So I said there is a for loop, and it will have some initialization, some condition, and some iteration. This is how the for loop works. See, earlier it was giving the error. As soon as I gave the proper block of structure, proper block, it gave me the correct syntax. No error is found here. Now, the first thing I need to do is initialization. We know that there is no initialization here. So we'll initialize it outside the for loop. I'll say let, have we used I? Yes. Let value equal to, I'll say 1. Now here in the first line, we have did the initialization. Initialization is already completed here. So we don't need to do inside the for loop. We have condition. So I'll say value less than or equal to, I'll say 10. Then we have condition. So inside the condition, we have seen yesterday that we can use I plus plus. It means that it will iterate for one time, but it is not that mandatory to have only one time iteration. You can do n number of time iterations. How many times you want to do iteration, you can do it. It doesn't matter. So I can say here value plus equal to, let's say 2. And we know what is this operator, plus equal to. This is the same operator that we have seen inside the assignment operator. Now, if you see this particular statement, I'll say here console.log value. Now, if you see what is happening here, first we are declaring a value. We have initialized a variable which is having the value as 1. Then we said for loop, create a for loop where initialization is already done outside. So leave this part as empty, but separate with comma, semi-comma. Then I'm saying value is less than equal to 10. Value plus equal to 2. Now, any guess here? What might be the output here? What actually I'm trying to print here? Guess it, no worries. If it is wrong also, okay. Okay.
Putting the value. Like the,
That's okay. We'll see the output. See what it is doing. We have this statement. This is where it is. So it is printing 13579. Why? What we said here, we said there is a value 1, and then I gave a condition saying that make sure the value is less than equal to 10. Make sure the value is less than equal to 10. And I said every time the value is less than equal to 10, increase by 2. So for the first time, it will have the value as 1. It will go for the condition check and it will say value 1 is less than equal to 10, which is true. It will print the value. It will print 1. Now it will go to the iterations. So iteration is saying value plus equal to 2. Value plus equal to 2. What does this mean? How can we write this one? We can also write value equal to value plus 2. This is how this is written. This statement value plus 2 equal to is nothing but value equal to value plus 2. What is the value we have? We have 1 plus 2 equal to 3. So actual value becomes 3 now. So initially it is 1. Now it becomes 3. Every time, yesterday we have seen that we are increasing by 1. Here I have increased by 2. So when I increase by 2, what basically will happen? Here, first time it will print 1. Second time, it will increase by 2. So now the I value, now the value became 3. First time it is 1. Second time it became 3. 3 less than equal to 10, which is true. It will print 3 value. Now again it will increase by 2. It will become 5. 5 less than equal to 10. That is also true. It will print the 5 value. Again it will increase by 2. Now next value is 7. 7 less than equal to 10, which is true. It will print the value. After increasing, it will become 9. 9 less than equal to 10, which is true. It will print the value. Now after 9, it becomes 11. 9 plus 2, 11. 11 less than equal to 11, 10 is false. And then uh, then once this condition is false, the for loop will stop working, stop executing, and the execution comes out of the for loop. You can see here, after all condition check, come out of the loop. This is what, after all condition check, come out of the loop. This is what it done. When it has verified all the condition, it came. What if I make it 11? Give me this answer. What if I make this value less than equal to 11? What should be the output now?
11 plus 2.
11 plus 2, 13. Will
Yes.
that print 13 here in the output?
No, I mean value plus 2, 11 less than 2. Yes, 11. 11 will come here after 9.
After 9, 11 will come. Okay. And what about 13?
No. 1 second. Less than plus 2. I think 11 will come.
Okay. Anyone else? Anything else will come?
Yeah, it will come 1, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11.
Okay. All right. How about Lata and Ravi?
Yeah, until 11 it comes.
Okay. All right. So concentrate here because if you don't concentrate, probably you'll not understand. And if you don't understand these things, it will create some issue at the time of writing the script. Right. Whoever said 11 will come, it will come 11. It will come 11. Why it will come 11? Because after 9, when the condition is checking for the 9, it is printing the 9 value. Then we are saying increase by 2. When we are saying increase by 2, it means 9, the value which was 9, that will become 11 now. And 11 is less than equal to 11, which is true. 11 is not less than, but it is equal to. Whenever we have less than equal to, it means we are comparing both the value. We are comparing the lesser value and we are also comparing the equal to value. So when it is equal to, 11 is equal to 11, which is true, it will print the value. Then again 11 will get increased by 2. Now that 11 will become 13. And when it becomes 13, it will again ask us to print the value, but that condition is false. 13 is not less than 11. So in that case, it will print outside the looping value. This particular statement will be printed. So any question here? This is about same thing, whatever we have seen yesterday, same concept, but only thing is initialization can also be done outside the for loop. This is what I have seen done here. I have not initialized anything. Everything is done outside the for loop. Any question?
Yes, Robin. Uh, so this second one is initialization is used outside the loop, like
For loop, yes.
here for loop. So how do we, uh, I mean, when to use it? Like, how do we know when to use for loop and when to use this one, the second one, where initialization will come outside? So
Both
on which scenarios and like how do we estimate or guess?
both are for loop.
Hmm.
Both are for loop. There is no difference. Whatever we have seen yesterday, same thing is today is also we are seeing. Both are for loop only, but there are different way of writing the for loop. Now you might get a question: is this correct format? Yes, this is correct format. Is this correct format? Both are correct format. This is also correct, and this is also
Hmm.
correct. Both are same way it is working. What we have done yesterday, in place of let value equal to 1, we have just taken this as here inside the for loop, right? So what we did,
Because is it like how do we write value plus 2 and value is equal to value plus? I mean, the same, both are same, but we can write it in the two different way, like plus plus or value is equal to value plus. How do we write in the iteration?
so whenever you know that there is an iteration that increases by 1,
Hmm.
you'll put it as a value plus plus.
Yes.
Whenever you want to iterate, see, let's example say tomorrow someone asks you in the interview saying that uh, write a program
Hmm.
where you print the value after 2 iteration, like you print first value as 1, then keep on increasing 2 and print up to 100 value. So if
Okay.
they ask me to print alternate value up to 100, alternate value up to 100. Now in this case, what you'll understand when I say alternate value up to 100, it means that, or they can ask you in this way, so print all the value between 1 to 100, print all the value between 1 to
Hmm.
100, but it should be odd number. It should not be the even number.
Okay.
It should be odd number. It should not be the even number. Now, when you know the odd number, when it will come after second value. Like if I have 1 is the odd, 2 will be even, 3 will be again odd, 4 will be even, 5 will be odd. It means I have to skip one number in between. That means I have to increase by 2.
Hmm.
Now, if I say this particular condition here, see, it will print in the same way. It's printing all the odd value 1, 3,
Yes.
5, 7, 9, 11, 15. So based on the question that you'll get, you'll be able to understand what we have to do. Do we have to increase by 1 time? Do we have to decrease by 1 time? So even here you can do the minus also. Suppose if I ask you that write a program to print the value from 5 to 1. What we have seen yesterday, we have printed the value from 1 to 5 here.
Hmm.
Initially we printed 1 to 5. The output is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But here my expectation output should be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is my output. Now in this case, if you look at the output properly, if you think little bit on this particular program, what you'll understand, okay, it is asking me to decrease the value. Earlier I have increased the value and I got the output. Now in this case, my expectation is the value should be increased. It means that I should start from 5. I should not start from 1. I should start from 5, and from there it will keep on decreasing. So what will happen in this case? We'll say for let j equal to, we have given yesterday 1 here. Why? Because our output should start from 1. Concentrate on this one. This will give you more clarity about the for loop. Whenever you see there is output which is talking about the starting from 1, it means that your first value should always be 1. This should always be 1. But when it says that you need to start the printing from 2, don't put from 1. I need the value from 2 to 5. Then this should be 2. When it says that your value should be 5, this should be 5. Then it should always start from 5. When it says that your first value should be 100, it means your first value should be 100 only. It should not be lesser than that. Here what I'm saying, my first value is 5, because my output is to print from 5 to 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When my first value is 5, what I will say, let j equal to 5, because we know that whatever we give for the first time, that will definitely get printed. When that is getting printed, what I'll do, let j equal to 5. Then I'll give a condition, j less than equal to 1.
Greater than, I think.
Okay, let's see what it is doing. If I give less than
Sure.
equal to,
Okay.
and j minus minus, console.log j. So here, what basically it did not print anything. There is no output printed here. It is only printing here. What is the reason? We are saying j equal to 5, and then we are asking it to check for the condition 5 less than equal to 1, which is false. When it is false, we know that the loop will stop executing here and the executor comes out of the loop. So that is what happened here. Now if I say j greater than equal to 5, see what it is doing. It is printing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is what our expectation was. First time it is printing 5. It has a value called 5. Then it is comparing 5 greater than equal to 1, which is true. It is printing the value. And then it is decreasing the value by 1. Now if I say 5 minus equal to 2. Now what it will do? It will print after 2 values. It will skip 1 values. First time it will say 5, then it will come to 3, then it will come to 1. So in this case, if someone asks me that print all the odd value from print all the value from 1 to 100, all the odd value from 1 to 100 in negative way, in reverse order, and make sure that you are printing only odd values. Print odd value between 1 to 100, but in reverse order. These are the questions they'll directly ask you in the interview. This is the question they'll directly ask you in the interview. So here what happened, it is printing all the even value. Okay, so if I take it 99, yeah. So what basically happened, what did we see here changes? Initially, when we wanted to print a value from 1 to 100, all the odd values between 1 to 100 in the forward order, first value will be 1, which is ideally first value start with 1. That's the odd value. And then from there on, we need to increase the value by 2 times. So that 1 plus 2 become 3, 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 2 7, 9, 11. Because we know that when I increase the value by 2 times, then only I get the odd value. That is right here. This is able to work. But when I have to do the same action in the reverse value, I have to do the same action in the reverse format, where I have to print the value from all the odd value from 1 to 100 in negative way. When I say negative way, how it should start? It should start from 99, because between 1 to 100, 99 is the last odd number. 100 is even number. 99 is last odd number. So what I'll do, I'll declare the value as 99, and then I'll say j greater than equal to 1, j minus equal to 2. It means from 99, when I start decreasing by 2 value, it will give me the actual output that I'm expecting. So what is actual output? My actual output, it should decrease by 2 from the last value, and then it should print the value. From 99, it will decrease 2. It will give me 97, then 95, 93, 91, and so on. But if I put it 100 here, now what will happen? It will give me all the even number, because 100 minus 2 we are saying, it means 98. 98 minus 2, 96. It will give me all even value between 1 to 100 in reverse order. See, all the even value in reverse order. 100, 98, 96. But is this our expected output? No. Our expected output is print odd value between 1 to 100 in reverse order. Now, if someone asks you tomorrow, print even value, print even value between 1 to 100, but in reverse order. Now, you know this is correct format. We'll say let j equal to 100, j greater than or equal to 1, j minus equal to 2. Why? Because they're asking you to print even number. They're not asking you to print the odd number. They're asking you to print even number between 1 to 100. So obviously the last even number between 1 to 100 is 100. And from there on, I have to decrease the value by 2. So that's how it is. Wherever you get the question like when to use negative, when to use positive, based on the program, based on the logic, you'll be able to understand. If I say, if I have a few people in my class, if I say I have to randomly pick the odd number people, whoever is there in my screen, I'll just pick the first one, third one, fifth one, seventh one. So I know that I have to increase by 2. When I say pick anyone, print all the number of people who are there in the class, what I'll do, I'll increase by 1, because I have to print everyone. It's not like I have to separate anyone in between. So in that case, we'll be using -2. And in the normal case, where we'll understand that we have to iterate through everything, we'll be using +1 or -1. Okay, any question here? Any other question?
No, Ramesh.
All right.
Understood.
So that more or less about the for loop, where we are seeing the initialization was not done, but still it was working fine. So I will just make it updated here. If you take a look at this video later on, you'll get the idea. Okay. Now there is one more condition here. There's one more way of writing. Using loop without condition. Using for loop without condition. What we have seen here, we have seen the initialization, and now there is something called without condition. There should not be any condition in the for loop. Condition should be outside the for loop, or it should be inside the for loop, inside the for loop block. This can also be achieved. This is also a correct format. So if I say for let k equal to 1, and then I'm saying condition. In middle, we have the condition. I'm saying that don't put the condition. Condition should be outside. It should not be in the same line of for loop. It should be somewhere else. Then I'll say, okay, no problem. Then k plus plus. And this is the for loop structure. This is how the loops work. Initialization is done. Condition part is not provided, but there is a structure. There is a space provided for that. And then there is a increment or decrement operator. And inside this particular structure, particular block of code, for loop code will go inside this one. So I'll just say console.log, I'll say k. Now, if I think of executing this one, let me give something here, console.log outside the loop. See, it went in infinite loop. It's kept on printing every value, because I said let k equal to 1 and then k plus plus. There is no condition check. So what it is doing, k equal to 1, it will print the k value, k plus plus, k equal to 2, k equal to 3. Every time it is increasing the value by 1. This is called infinite loop. It went in infinite loop and it is not getting stopped. It will keep on printing because there is no condition to check here. There is nothing to stop it. There is no value that it will say that stop at this particular place. So when there is no stoppage, what it will do, it will keep on going like that. Yesterday also we have seen one real life example, like what happened when someone has to go and there is no brake in the car or bike. Do you think it will stop anywhere? It won't stop unless and until it is stopped by some external force, outside force. Like it will hit some road, some wall, some trees, then only it will stop. Same thing is happening here. It went in an infinite loop and it is printing all the value. It will keep on printing forever like that. So in order to stop this one, we'll say Control C. As soon as you say Control C, it will stop executing the value. Now you see here, it is increasing the value by 1. 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86. Why it is increasing? Because initially the k value is 1 and we said increase the value by 1, k plus plus. Print the value we are seeing, it is printing k equal to 1, then it is increasing, then it is printing. Printing, increasing, printing, increasing. Only these two action is doing here. There is no third action. What is the third action? There is no condition check saying that you stop at this particular place. When there is no condition check, it keep on increasing, it keep on printing everything in that same way, however it is displaying. So here, how we'll be able to, how can we write the condition here? Now, as I said earlier, initialization can be done outside, not in the same line. We can also do outside the for loop. Same way, when we are doing the condition check, we can do inside the for loop block, this block. And you know this block, it will execute. At least one time it will definitely execute, because for the first time it will check this one and it will try to go inside the for block if it is true. So condition, we can write inside the for loop. Now what should be the condition? So assume that if I have to print the value from 1 to 10, in this case, but writing the condition or condition outside the for loop. Outside the for loop in the sense, inside for loop, but not in the same line. Now what I will do, here I'm saying for let k equal to 1, k plus plus console.log k, then I have to write some condition. And the condition will be, what is the condition here? I have to print some value. I have to print the value between 1 to 10. But you are saying that check the condition saying that if k is greater than or equal to 10. This is what we are doing here, right? In this program, what we are saying, let j equal to 100, check if j is greater than equal to 1, then increase the value of j or decrease the value of j. Same thing we have to do. Whenever we are using condition outside the for loop, we have seen there is a statement, there is a logic using if else, which will accept the conditional value. So I'll say if inside the if block, condition will go. Inside the if block, we are writing the condition because we have seen in the if else statement that if, and after that, if there is a block of code, which is open and close bracket, this will definitely, this particular block of code will definitely return the conditional value, Boolean value. What is Boolean value? True and false. So it will return the value in true and false format, which is nothing but a condition. And the condition that I need to write, I can also write here saying k greater than equal to 10. Now if I print the value, so it is saying okay. Any answer here? What might be the error? Why it is?
We have not specified the brackets. That's why it's given.
Sorry, what is that?
For the if block, we have not specified the brackets. That's why it's giving error.
Right. Because we know this is a standard structure. This is a standard structure of if or any for loop, any loop that will have open and close curly braces. And if you're not providing the open and close curly braces, then it will throw an error. Now let's see what happened here. Now again, it went in infinite loop. Same way how it was going earlier, it has went again in the infinite loop. It means that we have made some mistake. There is some mistake we have made, and we'll see what is the mistake. Let me just stop this loop. See, again here also it is increasing by 1, 92, 93, 94. It's keep on increasing. Now what is the mistake we made? We'll see here. We understand this.
How to stop this output?
This one?
This one, huh? Yeah.
Control C.
Control C. Okay.
When you press Control C, it will stop this execution. Okay. Now let's see what was the mistake we did. Although the structure seems to be correct, there is an initialization happening here, there is a condition check happening here, and then there is a increment happening. But why it is going in infinite loop? That's the main thing. When we'll understand this particular things, when we'll understand more about the flow, actual flow of execution, how it is executing. Let's see. For the first time, there is a value called 1. There is a value 1. We know it will not increase the value. It will go inside to check the condition. So there is a value called 1. It went inside the loop and it saw there is a statement saying that print the value. So it printed the value. And when it printed the value here, value is printed, executor went inside the next line, next step, because this is also inside the for loop only. We know that whenever executor goes inside the for loop, it will execute every line of code that is written inside the for loop. So here, when the executor see there is a console.log value, it will print the value. Value is printed, which is 1. Now there is a next statement, which is if statement. So it will go to the if again. It will say 1 greater than equal to 10. It will check 1 greater than equal to 10, which is facts, which is fact. It will say yes, that is true. 1 is greater than equal to, sorry, 1 is greater than equal to 10, which is false. So now it gave the detail, we gave the condition there, but we have not asked it to do anything. There is a if block. We gave the detail, but we did not ask it to do anything. So when we did not ask it to do anything, what it will see, it will see there is an empty block here. It will keep on increasing the value. It will keep on increasing the value. It will increase the value by 1 again here. It will again increase the value by 1. So now what basically it will do at the time of printing, it will have value as 1. It will print the value. It will see there is a condition, but after condition there is nothing else. So it will again increase the value. It will print the value. Basically, it tends to ignore this one. There is nothing. So this is where the break concept come into picture that we have seen yesterday, that we are saying you can see here. So we are saying here that whenever you execute the program, there is a value called 1. You went inside the for loop, for block of structure. You printed the value as 1. Now check if 1 is greater than equal to 10. Is 1 greater than equal to 10? No, it is false. When it is false, we know by now that if block of code will get executed only when it is true. Executor will go inside this curly braces of if block or for block when the condition is true. Condition is false here, so it will not go inside this if block. It will go back to the checking the condition here, increment. Initially the value is 1. It increases the value. It printed the value as 1. It checked the condition 1 greater than equal to 10, which is false. So it will not go inside this true block. What it will do? It will now increase the condition here, iteration here. So value of 1 is increased by 1. It became 2. Now it will print the value 2. And it will check again for the condition. 2 greater than 10. It will say no, 2 is not greater than 10. Again, it will increase. Same way, it will keep on increasing up to 10. There's a value called 10. Now, when the value k equal to 10, it will say console.log 10. When the 10 is printed in the line number 78, it will go to the if statement. Here, it will say 10 greater than equal to 10, which is true. When this condition is true, we know that it will go, executor will go inside the if block of code. When it goes inside the if block of code, it sees there is something called break. So I got an instruction saying when 10 is greater than equal to 10, break the loop. It will break the loop and it will come out of the loop. That's what it is doing. It is printing the value till 10 and then it is breaking the loop. And this is how the condition is written outside the for loop. Any question here? When you practice this kind of question, when you look at the AI related, go to the AI and search with different for loop related question, you'll get these questions, these looping concept. And then you will be able to understand more detail about this one. We'll be using in this way, but we'll not be using in like condition will not be here and we'll use if as a condition here. No, condition will be here as a normal for loop. And then we'll have another if condition also to check. We'll see that. We'll see we have more question on this when we'll start writing the playwright related automation script.
Robin, one question.
Yes, Gaurav.
Yeah. So earlier we have read like if the condition is false, if it is true, then it will go to the next loop. But if it is false, then it will not print anything. But here it is after the condition is false, still it is going to infinite loop.
Where?
If k is greater than or equal to 10, it's false, right? So after this, I
Yes.
mean, you remove this break colon and that curly braces. So
Mhm.
if the condition is if k is greater than or equal to 10, that means it is false. So if it is
Yes.
false, then it should not print anything. But here, after this condition, it was like going infinite loop. So why is that? I mean, I got confused here because if the condition is false, then it should not go ahead.
If I'm not printing break, right?
Yes,
It is going into infinite loop.
yes. But this should not be done because the condition is false.
Let me tell you. Okay. So now what is happening here is, for the first time, we are printing 1, k equal to 1.
Mm.
Initially, the value of k equal to 1. And then we know that after initialization, we have to check the condition. So condition is not provided here. So we will go to the next block of code. By default, it will take it as a 1 console.log. It will print the value. Because when
Okay.
condition is not provided, it will print the value. Whatever the value is there, it will print directly. Now, after the second statement, see, when there is no condition, there is no condition to check. We know that JavaScript is a synchronous language. What is synchronous? It will execute in the line by line. First, it will execute this line, then it will execute this line, then it will execute this line, then this one, then this one. Now, here in the looping concept, we are providing condition because we want the executor to go inside the for structure based on the condition that is provided. We want the executor to go inside this particular loop when the condition is meeting as true. When condition is true, then only go inside the loop. But assume that there is no condition. Nothing is provided. No condition is there. Then what will happen? What will executor think? It will think is a normal program. It will not consider the looping concept. It will think it as a normal program. And JavaScript is a synchronous language. It means that it will keep on executing line by line. From 77, it will go to 78. From 78, it will go to 79 in this way. But if you are giving the condition, then it will check the condition. Based on condition, it will start executing. When there is no condition here, what it will do, it will say let k equal to 1. Then it will go in the next line where it will say console.log k. Now it understood that there is a for loop here. For loop concept, the working of for loop, it works in this way, saying that there is a value. That value should be compared with condition. There is no condition here. Then it will go inside the loop. It will print the value. And at last, if there is no condition also, when the printing is completed, then it has to increase the value. Iteration to be done after condition check. But there is no condition, so it will print the value, then it will check for the iteration. So what it will do basically, it is a synchronous language. Here it will see that I have to print the value, and inside the for loop, there is also a if loop. So after 78, the executor will go to line number 79, and it will say 1 is greater than 10, which is false. When it is false here, it will not go inside the loop, if loop. We know that executor will enter inside the if or for block only when the condition is true. Here, the condition is false. When the condition is false, what it will do? Do you think it will come out of the loop? It will come out of the if loop. When the condition is false, it will come out of the if loop. Now, what basically it will do? It will come out of the if loop. It will go and iterate again. Because initially it got a value as 1, it never became false. This value I equal to 1, we never asked the executor to stop when to stop this one. We did not ask. that you need to stop at this particular place. When we did not ask that we have to stop at this particular place, what it will do, it will keep on increasing. It will keep on increasing the value. And when it's keep on increasing the value, basically there is nowhere it has to stop. It will go in infinite, right? Because initially the value is 1, it is printing, then it is checking the condition, it is not going inside the if loop. When it goes inside the if loop, then only it will stop working, right? And inside the if loop, now you'll get a question saying that, okay, when the value is 11 greater than equal to 10, which is right, here the condition is becoming false. Sorry, here the condition is becoming true, right? 11 greater than equal to 10, which is correct. 11 is greater than 10. Now, in this case, when it becomes false, it will stop executing. But we did not ask it to break. We did not give a condition saying that break it here. When it will stop, it will not stop anytime, because when this condition is also meeting, it is going inside this if block, and it is see there is nothing here, empty space. So it will come out again, start executing the iterations. So it will keep on executing unless and until it was given some condition to be stopped. We gave the condition to be stopped, but when it goes inside the if block, this condition is provided inside the if block. When it goes inside the if block, after this condition is met, when it is true, it goes inside the if block. We are not asking it to do anything here. That is why we'll put break as a statement saying that whenever you see this condition is becoming true, then you go inside the if block and break the loop. If you don't provide the break statement, then it will not do anything. For example, if I ask you that, take the example of college. If I ask you, Gaurav, go inside the class. Now you'll go inside the class, you'll sit for a complete day. If you listen just my word, I'll say go inside the class. I'll not say what you have to do next. You'll be in the class, you'll be from 9 to 4. And at 4 also, if I don't tell you to go to home, if I tell you directly to stay there, and if you just listen my word, what will you do? Will you stay or you will go there from there? You'll forever stay there, right? Because I have not asked you when to go. Same thing is happening here. I said to the executor that go inside this loop. It went inside the loop, but there is nothing. It does not have anything. So what basically it will do, it will not come out of the for loop, because it will keep on iterating forever. Whenever there is a for loop, it will come out of the loop only when the condition is meeting. And when we are using if inside the for loop, then if the condition is meeting also, we have to use the break statement. If you're using the break statement, then only it will break this particular condition and it will come out of the loop. If you don't break the statement, if you don't put the break, then it will be forever executing. It will keep on executing. The reason is very simple, that it will consider it as a for loop where it has got 2 value and it has got the increment value. So it will increase, it will print, it will increase, it will print. Because whenever it is checking the condition has to go inside the condition to break the loop. We are not doing that. It will keep on printing forever. That's what it is doing here. And when we are providing break, it is working fine. See, is it clear now? Remember, always remember, whenever you are writing if loop inside for loop, you always have to provide the break. Most of the time you have to provide the break. Is it clear now, Gaurav?
Yes, Robin. So condition is whenever we are using if in the loop, then break should be there.
Yeah, normal if you're not supposed to use break.
No, only for loop.
Yes, inside the for, if you're using break, if you're using if condition, again, this will not be always true. This will not be always true. So when you have to use the break statement, when this condition, for loop condition, is written as a if condition.
Okay.
What we are seeing here, we are seeing using the for loop without condition. There's no condition provided in the for loop. Now this condition, this for loop condition, is written as a if condition. You definitely have to break, because you are saying that there is a condition, and when we know that when condition is true, it will go inside the if block of code. When it goes inside the if block of code, it has to break somewhere, right? If I say someone to do this task, then he or she must know that at what time I have to stop.
Yeah.
If they don't know at what time they have to stop, then what will happen? It will keep on running like a robot machine. for 20 hours, 15 hours, 24 hours, keep on running until it was forcefully stopped, right? Take an example of a person who is working. Let's take example. I have to construct a house. I have hired few worker who will be constructing my house. Now, if I ask them to work, they'll tell me that I'll be working from morning 8 o'clock till evening 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, whatever it is. I'll work only for this much time. If they don't agree, if I bought a person who don't agree for that, and he'll say that I'll work whenever you say, I'll not stop until you tell me to stop. Now, as a person, as a owner of the house, if I don't tell him to stop, do you think he'll stop at any time? He'll not stop. When he'll stop? When he's forced to stop. What is the force? Either I have to tell him to stop, or he will not be enough capable to do the work. By doing the work for 24 hours, 36 hours, without sleep and all those things, without food, he might fall down and he'll stop working. That's the only one way, other way it can happen. Same thing happening here also. I said there is a condition, if condition, but it will keep on executing unless I forcefully stop it. And what is the forceful stop is way? Break. There is one more thing, continue. We'll see tomorrow what is continue. So basically, let's see if it is working here. It won't work. We'll see this continue with other example. You'll understand more about the continue at the time of do while loop. Okay, so if there is a if block inside the for loop, basically this for loop, if block is having the condition that was not provided in the for loop, then we have to provide the break. We'll also see when condition is provided in the for loop, and then we are using the if block inside the for loop, what will happen in this case. We'll see this one. We'll have programs on this as well later on. So is this clear now, Gaurav and everyone?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So today we have covered for loop only, but there are different types of loops, for loop. But the main, for loop will be like mostly we will use like ahead in future will be the first one, which we
Yes.
studied yesterday, right?
Yes, this is the one that we'll be using. Just for the understanding purpose, just for the interview purpose, people might ask you that is initialization condition and iteration are mandatory field? Should it must be present inside the for loop? Then you should say no, this is not mandatory field. Then they might ask you the reverse question. What happen if I don't provide condition? What should be the ideal structure for that? What happen if I don't do the initialization inside the for loop? What is ideal structure for that? You must be knowing this one. If I don't explain you this concept, assume that I did not explain you these two concepts today. I'll skip this concept. Tomorrow you go to the interview and they ask you, you know the for loop. For loop will have initialization, condition, and iteration. Is initialization must? What happen if I don't give the initialization? You'll directly say it will fail, because you don't know that initialization is must or not. So you'll say it will fail, and the people will understand. Okay, interview will say, okay, no, that's not correct. That is wrong. Initialization is not mandatory. It is an optional thing. Then you will come to know, okay, I did not know about this one. That is why, that's the only intention, that's the only reason I explain you these two concepts, that what happened when you don't initialize in the for loop and you initialize outside the for loop. What happened when you don't give the condition in the for loop statement inside the for loop? You have given the condition as a separate condition inside the for loop. That's about that's only intention is to explain you people. There is another one more also is there. We'll see that as well. It will take 5 minutes of time. And then we'll see another for loop concept. Okay, for of loop we'll see later. We'll see when we are seeing the arrays and other detail. Then you'll be able to understand more detail about for of loop. So tomorrow we'll see do while. But for now, concentrate for 5 more minutes. We have one more topic. And that topic is, we have seen initialization is optional. It's not mandatory to put inside the sim line. Condition is also optional. But I also said that for can be written in this way also. For, this is also correct for loop. There is initialization here, there is condition here, and then there is an increment or decrement here, iteration here. Now, what I will say here, last one, for loop using without any expression. So this is what the actual structure will look like. When I'm saying for loop without any iteration, without any expression, this is the actual structure. There is no initialization, there is no condition, there is no increment or decrement. Then how this will work? You'll see one program where we'll have all these three conditions, this particular condition, and we'll see how it is working. So help me write this one, guys. Just normal, this is normal thing, just help me write. So first what we'll do, we have seen the initialization. These two programs will combine together. Logic of these two programs will combine and we'll see how it is working. So first one, I said initialization here, which will be the outside one. So I'll take this, I'll copy this one and put it here. I'll say value equal to a. Why I'll say a? Because I have already used the value. Let a equal to 1 here. Initialization is done outside, and we know that initialization is done outside. Condition and increment has to be done inside the for loop. Here I said initialization. Now I'll write for. And what is for loop here? This is what my for loop is. Because initialization part is done here, which I already covered. The condition will do it inside. Increment also will do it inside. Both the things will do it inside. Okay. Now I have to write the condition. First I gave the initialization here. Now the next thing is condition. So condition, we know that inside the for loop, if I have to write the condition, I'll use if statement. I'll say if I gave a equal to 1, I'll say a greater than 15. Now the if block of code will come. Take a look here. We said for, there is an initialization happen. For loop consists of initialization, condition, and iteration. Initialization is already done outside here, outside the for loop. Let a equal to 1. Now condition I have to do. Condition I printed here. If a greater than 15, then there is a if block of code. When the if block of code will get executed, when the condition is true. When this condition is true, then only the executor will go inside the if block of code. This will get executed when the if condition is true. We have seen this one by now many times. We have seen inside the if also, and now also. Any loop that you write, any statement that you write, that block of code will get executed only when this condition is true. This will return Boolean value. When this Boolean value is true, then only you will be able to see this execution inside this particular statement. Now, when it is true, this value is true. What basically do the executor will do? It will go inside this console. It will go inside this block. It will break the statement. We have seen some time back why to use break here. That this condition is true. Now go inside this one, break the statement. Now when it break the statement, we have seen there is an initialization happen, which is here. There is a condition happen, which is here. Now it is asking you to break the condition. Now when it break the condition, it will come out of this if statement. If block of code will get stopped. If block of code is ending at line number 94. Now when it is getting ended here, it is breaking this at line number 93. So what it will do? It will come at line number 95 now. Because whenever there is a break, it means it is coming out of the loop. And this loop, if loop, is getting closed at line number 94. So the executor will come at line number 95. It will come at line number 95. Now what is the pending thing we have? The pending thing is increment or decrement operator. So before the increment, I will say print the value. It will come outside the value and I'll say print the value, which is console.log, and print the value of a. I'll explain it again here. There is iteration pending. We'll see that as well. So what it basically it is saying, there is an initialization happen, which is let a equal to 1. Then I gave a for loop. For loop consists of 3 parts. One is initialization, condition, iteration. Initialization is done. So we are pending with condition and iteration. Structure of for loop start with open bracket, close bracket. When it will go inside the open or close bracket? When the condition is true. Now when the condition is not provided, whenever there is no condition, then what basically executor will do, it is a synchronous in matter. It will keep on executing in a line by line. From 88, it will go to 89. From 89, it will go to 90. So assume at 90, I have given the condition saying that, think in the real life example in this way. So you have 4 bedroom in your house. As soon as you enter in the room, you went to the hall, which is at the first right at the entrance. And then you got an instruction saying, go to room number 1. You'll go to room number 1. And from there, you got an instruction saying, go to room number 3, which is on the first floor. Now you'll go to room number 3, which is on the first floor. This is based on the condition that you are doing. You got the instruction to do this one and you're doing that one. Now I assume that there's no condition. There's no instruction was given, provided to you. You have 5 bedroom, assume there is a 5 bedroom. Hall, bedroom 1, bedroom 2 is at the ground floor. Bedroom 3, bedroom 4, bedroom 5 is at the first floor. I gave a condition saying, go to bed hall. As soon as you enter inside the hall, I said, go to first bedroom. And then you go to the third bedroom, which is at the first floor. What you'll do, you'll see first bedroom and then you go to the third bedroom because you are instructed to do this one. Let's assume that you are not instructed to do this one. You are supposed to see all the bedroom. What you will do, you'll first see the hall, you'll go to hall, and from hall, you'll go to bedroom 1. And then from there, you'll go to bedroom 2. If after hall, if there is a bedroom 1, you'll go to bedroom 1. From there, you'll go to bedroom 2. And then you'll go to the first floor. And then again, there you'll follow the synchronous manner. Whichever the bedroom is in first way, you'll follow in that way. Or will you do in this way, like as soon as you enter bedroom, you'll go to the first floor. You'll see the room number 3. You'll come back again. You'll see room number 2 on the ground floor. Again, you'll go back to the first floor. You'll see room number 4, and you'll come back again at the ground floor to see the room number 1. You'll not do in that way because that is not the ideal way. We have to follow the structure way. If I give you the condition saying that do this way, then only you'll do in that way. If the condition is not given, then you'll follow the hierarchy in that one after other. First, followed by second, followed by third, followed by fourth, followed by fifth. Same thing is happening here. When there is no condition provided, it will go inside the for loop. Directly, it will go inside the for loop. And it will see there is a if statement, which is giving me some condition. And then whenever this condition is true, it will go inside the if block of code and it will break the condition. Now, when the condition is broke here, when this if statement is provided the break, what does this mean? It means that the executor will come out of the if block of code. There is a if block of code, and it will come out of the if block of code. When it come out of the if block of code, I have given something to print because we need to print value. I said print this value, and let's see what it is doing now. See, it kept on printing 1. It's again went in infinite loop. It's if you see here, it's keep on printing. It's in infinite. If I scroll up and down, you see it is keep on printing this one. Why? What happened here? Basically, what happened is I said let a equal to 1. 1. Then it will go to the next statement, 1 greater than 15, which is false. So it will not go inside this loop. It will come here. It will print the value 1. So it will keep on printing 1 forever because there is nothing to stop for this particular one. Because for loop, whenever it sees there is a for loop, it will also wait for the iteration. It will wait for the condition to be successful to stop the execution. Now we have what we have pending here. We have the iteration pending. So I will say J++. Now if I do this one, let me stop this. Okay, so why this is J, this is J. See what happened? It printed, okay. See, it printed 1 to up to 15. And how does this work? Basically, it is initially it is the value as 1, which is 1. It will go and check the condition 1 greater than 15, which is false. Then it will not go inside this break state, inside this loop. It will come directly inside the next line. This is also inside the for loop only. It will come here and it will say console.log a, which is nothing but printing the value. It will print initially 1. Now it is asking to increase the value. When it is asking, I'm asking it to increase the value, it means the value become true. But we know that it has to execute till till this particular condition. So when it become 2, it will again come here and will check the condition 2 greater than 15, which is false. Again, it will print the value. It will keep on increasing. It will increase 3. 3 greater than 15 is false. Again, it will print the value. 4 greater than 15 is false. Again, it will print the value. And then it will increase. It will increase up to 15. 15 greater than 15. When it comes to 15 greater than 15, it is false. 15 is not greater than 15. So then also it will not go inside the break statement. It will print. Now the value, updated value becomes 16. 16 greater than 15, which is true. When it is true, it will go inside this particular statement and it will provide a break. Whenever it provides the break, the execution stops there and it will come out of the loop concept. And then it will print. If I give greater than equal to 15, it will only provide till 14. Why? Because 15 greater than equal to 15, not greater, but it is equal to 15. It will go and it will break the statement. When it breaks the loops concept, it will not come outside. It will stop the execution. You might get an idea question saying that it will break here, it will come here and it will print again. No, because it will check the condition again and it is false. So it will break. Once it break here, it will stop the execution of the loop. That's how the working of the for loop works when we don't provide anything inside the for structure. We provide everything outside this one. We'll not be using this concept. We'll not be using anywhere inside the for loop, but just to understand the concept, just to be clear with this concept, I have explained this one so that you people don't get questioned tomorrow. If they ask you in the interview, you should be able to tell it. They'll not ask you in this way. Don't worry, they'll not ask you to write this program in this format. They might ask you the very simple question, that is initialization, condition, and iteration mandatory? Is it compulsory to provide that? Then you can say, no, those are not mandatory fields. Those are optional fields. And when you say optional, they'll say, is it fine if I provide this for loop in this format and don't provide initialization? Where do I have to use? Then you can say that initialization should be used outside the for loop. It should always be before the for loop. Condition should be inside the for loop. Iteration should also be inside the for loop. Now, if they ask me, they might ask you a question, can I put this outside everything? Then you should say no, because it should be inside the for loop structure. It should be inside the for loop. That is why we are providing everything inside the for loop. That's more or less what the different way of using the for loop. Any question here? Don't worry, you'll not be using it anywhere most of the time. 99.99% of time you'll not be using, but good to know how this is working. That is why I explained. If I'm explaining anything, it means that they might ask a question on that particular thing. Because if you see operators, I have not explained anything about the bitwise operator, this one, because it is not used. It is nowhere used. I have not explained too much about the, where is that, var keyword. There is something called this one, var keyword, because it is not recommended. We are not using var. So if I don't explain anything, it means that they'll not ask you a question in that. If I'm explaining something which is not useful also, there is a chance that people might ask you the question on that particular topic. That is why I'm explaining about those topics. Any question here?
No,
Okay, I have